Well, it seems that Arangel's getting closer to being a starter in the World Cup, but Javier El Vasco, Aguirre made a criticism towards Tala after the match against Iceland. Stay here with me because we're going to listen to what the national coach said about the goalkeeper from the Chivas squad. What do you all think about Arangel's performance? Leave it down in the comments. I'm Jesus Bernal, and I thank all of you for your attention. Thank you very much for being here with me to talk about the latest news regarding the Chivas team. As you know, I invite you to Caliente, Mexico. Enjoy the welcome bonus directly in your account to use however you want by clicking the link I leave for you down below in the pinned comment. So, without further ado, let's start this video with the latest news about the Chivas. Well, Raul, that guy Arangel, had this match as a starter, and it seems to me that he's becoming more and more established as the goalkeeper. One of the Mexican national soccer team played against Panama, played against Bolivia, already played against Iceland, and left Luis Angel Malagon aside. And there goes the Chivas goalkeeper moving forward to start on June 11th against the South African team in the World Cup. Even though he kept a clean sheet, the Mexican coach, Javier Aguirre, criticized him during the press conference. He mentioned that there were some situations that maybe he didn't like so much about what Arangel did on the field and criticized him a bit. But I also don't think it's something to exaggerate about. I don't think it's something to exaggerate. You'll hear what Vasco Aguirre said. It's practically impossible for a soccer player to have a perfect game. It's very difficult for that to happen. Some midfielder will make a mistake with the ball. Defenders might miss a coverage. I mean, it's hard to think that someone will have a perfect game. And that's exactly what Vasco talked about after this match. How is it that Raul, that guy Arangel, despite the good performance he had because he says he liked it, that he's calm, there are some little details he needs to improve. He didn't say exactly what, Javier Vasco Aguirre didn't say exactly what, but he does assure that there are some things that today's Chivas goalkeeper needs to polish. But watch out. For me, it's very clear that he's still making huge strides to become number one. On June 11th, we will hear what Javier Vasco Aguirre said about the performance of Raul, that guy Arangel.
Today I spoke with the goalkeeper coach. There were a couple of plays I didn't like, decision making, but in general I'm happy with the goalkeeping. I was telling one of your colleagues at the beginning, before the match, that it's the position where I feel most at ease. He was the starter throughout the Gold Cup. Luis Angel Malagon did well. We had 4 or 5 clean sheets, right, if you remember. I think in that regard I'm quite happy. Yes, there were 2 times I didn't like his decision making, but the goalkeepers we have are calm, agile, and brave. He caught the first one, remember, with a 0-0 one-on-one. Well, he did his job correctly. I think so. I'm calm.
And in general terms, the Chivas players, I think yesterday they played a good match. Basically, they were the Chivas. Dressed in green, they started with 6 starters from the Guadalajara team. The entire attacking front was from Chivas, plus the midfield, plus the fullback, plus the goalkeeper. Good combinations there made by the Guadalajara squad. And in the end, well, Lormiga ends up scoring a goal, assisting in another, the one Richie Ledesma scores. Brian Gutierrez makes that change of pace and ends up scoring the 4th goal. The Guadalajara players contributed very well in this match. And I think it's clear that little by little, they'll keep making Javier Aguirre doubt what to do for the rest of the preparation. And it's because before the final list, There's still a Fédération Internationale de Football Association date left, the one in March, which will be in a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, when the Basque coach will announce the list of called-up players. And there, well, the squad will be the closest to what he'll take to the World Cup. Today, I think several players have taken a step forward. At the year's start, I thought only Tala and Piojo had spots. As the matches have gone on, I think Lormiga has joined in, and Richie has joined in, and Romo has joined in. And now we can also add Brian Gutierrez. I mean, little by little, everything is coming together of the players that the Mexican national team can compete with, coming, of course, from Las Chivas. So, we have to keep doing well in the tournament as long as the players keep performing. With Gabby Melito leading the way, the call-up for March could come from the Mexican national team. And, well, specifically talking about Armando Lormiga González, yesterday's goal shows us the great moment this player is experiencing. There's a tough match coming up against the Toluca team, not just because the Diablos are a great team, but especially for him, because Paulinho will be on the other side. And he's a forward who's making a big impact in Mexican soccer. And he's once again on track to fight for the top scorer title. He already has 4 goals. And also because Lormiga didn't score in the last match. So that lack of goals from Armando Lormiga González leaves him, let's say, a little bit behind. João Pedro pulled ahead by 2 goals. And now, well, he'll have to work hard to score. What can I say? In the end, what matters most isn't what he does personally, but that the team gets the win. But of course, with goals, Armando can help Chivas get the win, so it's an important match for him, an important match for Chivas. Hopefully he scores and gets close to or surpasses João Pedro, but what matters is that he scores. Goal, Armando González. Thank you. And to finish, I just want to remind you that this match between Toluca and Chivas will be played next Saturday. The match is at 5 in the afternoon. It's going to be early, 5 in the afternoon Central Mexico time. You will be able to watch it on Televisa and Television Azteca. It will be on free-to-air television. This match for the United States and Canada will be at 6 in the evening Eastern time, 3 in the afternoon Pacific time. And you will be able to follow it on the screen already on Univision 2DN also, through the platforms they have. So stay tuned for what will be, of course, this match. All right, we'll leave this video here. Thank you very much for your attention. Keep subscribing, commenting, sharing, and liking, and I'll see you next time. I'm Jesus Bernal. Goodbye, subtitled.